Yo, 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 yo. Hope everyone is doing well. Let me send this text out. All right, good to see everyone in the room, in the house. Just got out of the shower, looking hot. Let me get this going. It's opposite. It's opposite day. Oh man, hold on. Oh, so much better. Oh, so good to see everyone. Is that Jeremy Metzer trying his best to get set up so he can get in the room so we can party hardy tonight? Good to see Dwayne Smither with us this evening. My friend Bobby Linden. Hello, brother. Ryan Hostetler, my brother, had some complications today, but we're going to push through. 151 Soft Wash, always a pleasure. Chris Henson, good evening, my friend. Yes, it is a good evening. Tommy Bain, Stephen Schwartz, S&H Pressure Washing. I'd make a great commercial. S&H Pressure Washing. We're here to wash your house. Just got to say wash. Cody Smith, TYMD18. That just sounds sexy. I don't know. It just does. Cody Smith, good to see you tonight. Life support, my man. Steve Wilder, what is up, my brother? Charles Henry. Yeah, I know, brother. Bless your heart. Ron Musgraves, good to see you tonight. John Shoemaker, Sterling Wash, Michael, my brother from the God's beautiful country of Kentucky. Magnolia Supply and S&H. There you are. He said that gave me a good idea. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do is I give people ideas. All right, I got this customer just keeps blowing my phone up, and that's cool. I'm fine with it because it's a nice wash. It's all right. It's all good in the hood. Jeremy was trying to get on a few minutes ago. I'm not sure what happened, but I may just have to take over and make it happen tonight. I hope everyone is doing well. You have questions that pertain to life and pressure washing. What's wrong with my hair? Why does it keep doing that? Life and pressure washing and hair, sexy legs. Listen, I cover it all. You see floating down there at the bottom of the screen the date for the upcoming wash retreat. If you have not already purchased your ticket and booked your room for the great, the legendary, the second annual Smoky Mountain Wash Retreat in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, the date is January the 22nd. We'll go through the 25th, 2026. You can see the website there, washretreat.com. Get your ticket, book a room, and we're going to have a lot of fun. It is going to be a blast. It's about all I think about anymore. And we've got 50 some who've signed up so far. I think we're going to take about 100 people, something like that, all together. That was my Trump impersonation. And yeah, we're going to make it happen. I'm going to do my best to read the comments here as we make our way through. If you've got questions, I'll do my best. If you have to type it in twice, then there you have it. All right. Cromwell DAS. Hey, Mike, how's it going? What you been up to? Dude, had 4 washes today. Was that right? Yes. 4 washes today. Built a cheap shot and a bunch of smalls this morning before washing. After washing 4, went to the shop, and Bobby Linden and I began building a 6.5 foot skid. And it's been a great day. Came home, took a shower. Here we are. My friend Jeremy Messer is trying his best to load up and log on, and he'll be here soon enough. 151 Soft Washing says, Mike, I know you don't still sell yard signs, but can you tell me where you get them from? The signs I got from you are much better than UZ. Oh, no. Well, I was going to push UZ marketing. Maybe in the comment section, guys, tell us where you get your yard signs. Yeah, there wasn't enough meat left on the bone for me to continue making yard signs. Those guys make them by the gazillions. I was making them by the hundreds. And so just didn't work out for me. But in the comment section, maybe you'll tell us where you get your yard signs, your bandit signs, and we can relay that message again in the comment section for 151 Soft Wash. John Shoemaker says, Bobby, which Facebook page are you using? I have a friend request that's been hanging out in limbo. Bobby, man, pay attention, buddy. Get Brittany on that. Would you mind, please? All right. Good company you use for bleach resistant shirts. So far, I've only used Fin Print. That's Fin, Fin -print.com. They're from Canada. I love their products. But there's another one that Jeremy's here in a few minutes. I can't remember the guy's name, but I think I'm going to go with him the next time. I've got his card.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can see you, and we celebrate you. Everybody,
Did you?
Let's give a soft clap. Let's give a slow clap for Jeremy. Yes, you are. How are you, my friend?
Here.
Yes, you are. We're glad.
Well, I only had to restart like 3 different times to get this to work and then go in and manually do it. I don't know why it wasn't working.
Well, so, can I tell you that it's worth the wait? Your smiling face is worth the wait.
Most things are.
Yeah, Cody Smith asked, are you guys busy right now? For me, washing is slow. I think it's slow for just about everybody, for the most part. There's a couple of lottery winners out there who just managed to stay slammed, but for the most part, we got to hustle to make it happen. Magnolia Supply and Solution says, I've got a question. On an 8 GPM machine, do you recommend 1/2-inch hose? And if so, how much? And using it on my 10 GPM, was curious on the 8 GPM. Well, some guys will tell you that 50 feet of the 1/2-inch hose will produce more pressure as you go through your hoses. I've never tried it, but I've heard about that. Jeremy, what have you heard concerning 1/2-inch?
It helps overcome friction loss. I'm not using it personally for an 8 or a 10.
Right.
But that's me.
Yeah.
I ain't looking at it around.
That's a heavy hose, bro.
That's a man's hose. I'm not bagging.
You can't handle that.
I can't handle it. Maybe if you were doing a lot of like commercial, and maybe if you were really worried about flow. Now, if you're like Siamese and a 10 and an 8 or 2 10s together, then yeah, I'd definitely would go 1/2-inch. But on an 8 or even a 10, I'm not worried about it. I've ran 3/8 hose on a 10-gallon for 3 years and never had a problem.
Same here. I just kind of continue going with the 3/8 and enjoying it. Chris Henson says, Mike, thank you for your prayers. Continued prayers for my friend Jeremy. Absolutely. I'll be praying at the end of tonight's podcast, so I'll do that. And his mom. And then he said, add myself to the list. Absolutely, Chris. Hey, guys, I want to ask you if you would we've got 2 prayer requests. One, we're praying for Jeremy's family. His grandmother passed away this week, and that adds a certain amount of stress and emotion to a guy's life. And yet he said, you know what? I'm still going to make the podcast tonight. So we're glad that you're here, Jeremy, but we're praying for you and praying for your family. Got that upcoming funeral probably next week, which is always difficult. And then we want to pray for one of our very frequent watchers, viewers. His name is Scott Terry. Many of you would see and remember Scott Terry over here in the comment section. Scott contacted me today with a lisp, had a bad speech because he had a terrible car accident recently, flipped his wife's Jeep. He was thrown out of the vehicle. He broke almost every rib. He broke his back, busted several teeth out of his mouth, hence the speech impediment that's temporary. And he is in physical therapy and all types of therapy now for at least 2 more months in facility. So we need to be praying for Scott Terry. He said, Mike, when I get out of rehab, I have to go into reconstructive surgery for his teeth. So got a lot going on there. And then he said this as he got off the phone. He said, oh, by the way, I'll see you in January at the retreat. I said, dude, if anybody's got a reason not to, it would be you. And he said, no, I still plan to be there. So I'm going to write that down. I'm going to pray for Scott Terry. If you have prayer requests this evening, be sure to leave them in the comment section. And unless we miss it, we'll write them down and we'll pray for you. Yeah. All right. Good to see everyone this evening. Jeremy had some washes today. Several washes this week.
All right.
Sending me some pictures of some big old houses out there in the country.
We did 4 today.
Dang, son.
And 3 tomorrow and 2 on Friday.
Yeah.
Well, technically 4. But there's 3 houses on one piece of land that are rentals. It's really unique because I can wash all 3 parked in one driveway the way they're positioned.
Well, let's do it. I like it.
Yeah.
We like those are the best.
Houses. We like those.
Hey, Jeremy, Michael has a question. He says, I have a new machine and it has lots of back pressure. So what's going on with that? What do you think? I don't know what back pressure means. Like he's talking about,
I probably need, it kills it. What's going on? I mean, you might need to adjust your unloader. Are you using the right size nozzles for that machine? Because I tell you, you don't want to use a nozzle for a 3-gallon minute machine on an 8-gallon minute machine. Not going to work out very well.
That's a great point. It's a great point. Maybe someone in the comment section can help out there as well. Lynchburg Pro Wash asked a question just right up Jeremy's alley. What's the best resource for Christmas lights, all Christmas lights, other than CLC, please?
Are you talking like where to purchase from or learn from? 2 different things. I like CLC as far as that's where I buy all my stuff and that's where I learned a lot of my stuff. There's a couple other ones. I can't remember their names off the top of my head just because I buy from CLC. Jared Chanowski, JC, he's an excellent resource for all things Christmas lights. I mean, that is Mr. Christmas for the most part. And I'm not sure where he buys his stuff from, but I tell you, if you can find someone who's semi-local or in your region, those are usually the best places to order from because you get them quick.
Fair enough. And if you didn't get what you want, you can easily return them a lot easier, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Magnolia Supply has a great question. He says, have you guys ever tried the Pulsar unloader? He said, I'm fine with my K7, but curious if it's worth the upgrade. Anybody in the comment section ever use the Pulsar unloader? I have not. Pulsar. Not Pulsar.
I've been told that like it's kind of like the Cadillac of flow sensitive unloaders.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, it's like $250. It ought to be.
Okay.
I mean, but mine works just fine. So
I like it. I like it. Hey, let's pray for Jeremy Kell. Never seen Jeremy spelt that way. I like that better than the way yours is spelled, Jeremy. I ain't picking on you. I'm just saying your mama just didn't have options. She didn't know there were options. That's all. And he says, well, is that fair? I was waiting for a response.
This one's, I mean, at least it's got the I before the E.
This is true. Oh gosh. He said, pray for me. Pray for my family. We're having trouble getting work, not just washing, but any work for my business. I know God is stretching my faith, but prayers for his provision. Absolutely, brother. I wrote that down. We're going to mention you and your family in prayer at the end of the podcast tonight, the party cast. Yeah, watch this. This guy right here, he's
Hey,
weak.
I want to know. I want to know if he's got a license for those guns.
Yeah, whatever. He said, threatening a wash area near you. Whatever. He landed. Listen, he landed one job after my tutelage, and all of a sudden he's taken over Cincinnati, Dayton. Come on, man.
Oh, he's down in Kentucky the other day.
Maybe he is taking over.
He don't know. He needs to go on and get.
Jeremy said it's a French spelling. Okay.
You even say it as Jeremy.
I think you say Jeremy. Jeremy. We're having a good time tonight, Jeremy. We're having a good time, buddy.
I feel like I'm freezing.
No, not
on my screen, anyways.
You are not.
All right.
You are not.
Nice. Hey, speaking of, while we're talking about, we were talking earlier. We're not going to have a show next week. We're going to take next week off. Throw that out there. Throw that out. Next week we're taking it off. That way I don't get a message from Charles Henry at 9:05 next Wednesday night. Where are you at?
Right. Is this because you're going to be suffering for Jesus somewhere? Like what's going on? Are you like on a prayer? Are you fasting and praying next Wednesday? Is that what you're doing?
Something like I will be fasting and I will say a prayer next Wednesday. So it's not totally out of what you're saying.
Okay. You'll just be doing it in Florida. Yeah. You'll just be doing it in Florida, correct?
Yeah. In Florida.
That's the plan anyways. I like it.
Yeah, maybe.
Devin's trying to butter you up for some reason. He said you're glowing tonight.
He's wanting me to come help him wash some apartment. That's what it is.
Maybe he thinks you're pregnant or something,
That's what you say.
Favorite truck you guys like and reliable? I'm on a budget, he says.
I think that's 15 to 20K.
Okay, yeah. Should I buy cash or should I finance it? I'm going to tell you right now, I know the answer to that one. Also, my trailer max weight when filled with water is 7,000 pounds. Yeah. I just feel like you should always, if you've got 15 to 20K, then you ought to pay cash. I just feel like you could.
Yeah, so I'm not I think it's best if you can keep your business debt free. I think it's best if you can be debt free personally too, but that's a work in progress. And I advise you to buy what you can buy.
Devin says, get you a 2007 Chevy 2500, the heavy duty kind.
Hey man, I'm sure it's probably even gas at that, I would imagine. But MO 6.0s, man, those are workhorses.
Love it. Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that. Hope you find what you need within your budget. Good luck. Well, the question someone asked is, how's everyone doing in terms of business? He says he's slow. I think that's what you can expect this time of year for the most part, depending upon your location. But I know in our area, I'm friends with most everyone, and everyone's saying the same thing. If they can get one or two a day this time of the year, they're kind of not content, but I guess content with that. I had 4 today, but I had a funeral I had to attend yesterday, which took up all day with the dinner afterwards. And so that was 2 of the washes. So I would have had 2 yesterday and 2 today. But if I've got 2 a day this time of the year, I'm pretty well happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good to see Trevor Steele. Now, Trevor Steele does not do 2 washes a day. He does 2 washes in his sleep. And that's a nap, just a nap. Come on now. Stephen Short.
Comment. Yep. Yeah, that's it.
Go ahead, jump it up, throw it up there.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I sure will. I sure will. Oh, I don't remember.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I'm glad I didn't recommend her.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that. That was okay. That's right. I forgot about Keith being on the show and recommending. Yeah. Okay. That wasn't you, was it?
Wasn't me, man. I wasn't here for that one.
That's interesting. Very, very interesting. The man with his glasses on his head. Yeah. Well, I'm glad Vanessa's working out for you, brother. Yeah.
That's awesome. Doing awesome things in this business. Hey, Mike, real quick.
Sure.
What's something important that someone could be working on right now in their business at this time of the year and to get some business?
Okay. Well, it depends on the services that you offer, but gutter cleaning is right now is the time to start hitting that heavy and advertising that. Keep in mind, I get it. You don't like gutter cleaning. Many do not, but that gets you on the property, gives you an opportunity to introduce yourself, to hand a business card to your customer and say, hey, man, I do everything. I wash the whole house. I'll do your windows, whatever you need. And it gets you on the property. And so I would heavily encourage that. Window cleaning is another one. You don't have to offer it year round, but when you're slow, offer it. You see, again, get you on the property. That's it. That's a good one. Something else I would encourage, and Jeremy, feel free to disagree, but something else, and guys in the comment section, feel free to disagree. Something else I would encourage is when you are able to give estimates, if you feel like it would be a good idea to add on the small 2-car driveway, right? Yep. Something of that nature. At a small price or even free, but just to help them to understand that this is because I'm already here and I'm wanting to do this for you. And if it's going to get you the sale, then I'd encourage you to do that. I wouldn't do that in April, but I might do it now.
That's fair. Trevor says here, roof debris removal. I don't know that I've ever offered roof debris removal.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Hey, Trevor, you got a lot of pine trees there, a lot of pine cones and things of that nature.
I like it.
Yeah, I do as well. We've got a lot of interest going on tonight. A lot of enthusiasm. All right. Well, that's the second time we've had somebody asking a question about that.
I tell you what, Cromwell, I used the 09 1500 Silverado, and my trailer was a lot of stress on that truck, and I upgraded it to a 17 F250, and it was a daylight and dark difference. Now, I didn't have to go to a 17 F250, but it was a deal. It was a great deal on the opportunity to get it. And but I think if you would have went to an 08, 09, 06, 2500 or F250 or whatever, Actually, during that year, I probably wouldn't even go to the F-250. I'm just not crazy about those engines they had in them back then. They had those V10s or those 5.4s. I'd probably go to I'd probably go with a Chevy 6.0. But you'll notice a drastic difference in just the way that it hauls the weight of the trailer. It pulls way
Yeah.
better, handles it way better. It does. It's so much, well, it was so much smoother of a ride when I did it and when I switched over. But that'd be my advice.
Couple of guys here kind of going a different route when we were talking about what are you doing in this kind of slow season to pick up business. Devin says make an end of season or off season checklist, make your time intentional, tackle those tasks you've been putting off. Now that doesn't help you get more jobs, but nonetheless does make good use of your time. John Shoemaker, along the same lines, make strategies for the upcoming year. Systems are always good. Update your systems, create more systems. There's something to be said about feeling like you're doing something, and keeps your mind focused.
Yeah, I'm with you. You know, and I think right now, as the year's winding down, and it's going to depend on where you're at, but if you're warm weather, you're going to work all year. I know it gets a little bit slower, but for I would call it probably that Tennessee line and up would be my guess. Uh, at least where I'm at, we closed. We're not going to wash anything. We're not going to wash many things in December, January, or February. There's always a few off jobs on a nice day that's possible or something that can come in. And when I say a nice day, like 45, right? But so it's really got me thinking and trying to prepare. Like right now, it's the middle of October, and I'm already thinking about next year goes. And hopefully you're thinking about next year goes and making I think Devin said a checklist for end of year, but make you a checklist for next year. Know what your KPIs are. Know what your average ticket is. Set you a financial goal, or if you set a financial goal, maybe it's not a financial goal. Maybe it's a number of house wash goes or number of job goes. I kind of like to do both. Like, how many jobs do I need to hit this number, and then kind of go from there. Well, working on your upsells and then already getting previous customers scheduled. Like I scheduled one today for the spring.
Nice.
I've got a few. Actually, I scheduled 2 today for the spring. So those are already preparing and getting money on the books for, March, April. That way you can hit the ground running and rolling until the phone calls till they start to come in. But you got to figure that out. And I went through and I'll just see if I can hold up this little bit of paper so you can see. And if you're interested in, it won't show it, will it? Daggone it. Oh well. It's a nice little breakdown sheet. I call it a success blueprint for your financial goal. And if you guys are interested in a copy of it, or if you want to talk a little bit deeper about what kind of numbers you're wanting to hit, I could help you make one of these things to give you some sort of traction. And I shared it with Mike, and it's pretty detailed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you sent that to me last night or the night before last, and I thought, man, I've been missing out. Jeremy, check your phone if you would. Jeremy sent that to me. What was it, 2 nights ago? And I was like, dude, that's pretty darn structured. I like that. I'm surprised I shouldn't be surprised that I haven't come up with such a thing. When I see him have that, I was like, man, I've definitely got to do that. So definitely something to look into.
Yeah.
don't know how to go about doing that, but I'd love to get Trevor Steele on with us tonight. Trevor, we're going to try to get you on here tonight and let you jump in here kind of impromptu. I realize that, but yeah, we'll try to make that happen. Let's see. What do I need to copy and paste here, Jeremy?
I got it.
You got it. It's because you got it. You got it because you got it like that.
Right.
I'm going to read through some comments here. Got a lot going on. A lot of people showing interest tonight in the room, and we're glad that you're here.
Yeah. If you want one of these blueprint checklist success blueprint documents I got, send me a message on Facebook. You got me on there. I'll shoot you over what I got. I made them out for a bunch of different income goes, but the ones I've got are based on like my average ticket. So like you can tweak it. It's pretty simple.
Awesome. Real quickly before we introduce the man of the hour, Rylan Rivenbart says, "What's up, guys? I'm currently on a job right now. Just getting started washing some concrete at a gas station. We're glad you're able to join us and listen while you're washing, brother." Trevor Steele, my man.
What's going on, fellas?
How are you, my brother?
Man?
Good. I had to sneak out in the garage because the inside of the house is a little bit too loud.
I got to tell this one.
I feel
so. About a year ago, I'm washing a house. Nice lady, upscale neighborhood, and she mentions that Trevor, where are you located?
South Carolina.
Yeah, she
Pawleys
mentioned
Island.
that
I'm on the coast.
She said we've also got a home in South Carolina. She just kind of had to throw that out there, we got us a beach house or whatever, coastal house. I said, "Oh yeah," I said, "I know some folks out there." I said, "Who does your pressure washing?" She said, "You probably don't know him." I said, "Well, give me a shot." She said, "His name's Trevor Steele."
Get out of here.
Yeah, for real.
Have I heard this story?
I've sent you a PM. You probably blew me off.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Oh, we're glad you're here, brother. What do you recommend these guys, and for us, for anyone, maybe slow in this fall time? People are kind of tired of working outside, and they're starting to get cabin fever, and the phones aren't ringing. What do you recommend?
This is my back to the basics part of the season. This is when you need to stop thinking too much and just go to work. You need to hustle. So if you're a door knocker, go knock on doors, do the basic things, right? Call the people that have supported you over the years and ask them what they got going on, and see if they can send you any referrals or some leads, or just basics, right? Go back to the basics. I also think it's important, if you're in the pressure washing or window cleaning world, that you start thinking about adding higher ticket services. So this would be the time to focus on that, because I'll tell you, there's been many times where a random gutter guard job saved us. Because we were so slow. But you get those $5,000, $6,000, $7+ thousand jobs. The guys are even happier, especially if you're performance pay, because it's like, maybe we haven't washed for a couple of days, but tomorrow we've got an $8,000 install, and they go, great. So you can kind of prep them for that season too. So start looking for higher average ticket type services. Awesome. I hope that's not against what you preach, but I think that's the way to do it.
Trevor, you wash year round, don't you?
Almost. Yeah. Like I heard Jeremy talking about his slow season. January, February, I don't care who you are, what you do. There's not a whole lot going on.
Okay.
That's 23 years of trying to find a way to make somebody hire Clean Image during January and February. It's just one of those things. I don't know. I can't explain it because the weather's good enough. It's not, it's in the high 40s, 50s some days, but
it's a mystery. Yeah. It's a mystery. Don't fight it. Try to embrace it.
It's like August. Somebody explained to me why August is a slow month. For the life of me, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I always create a new system that I just know is going to work.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can't argue the
I think
calendar.
that's key when you get like contracts, man. Like, you get these restaurants or you get these fleet washes, and I think that's what's nice to have in that August and January, February time frame.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'm really speaking to the residential
Yeah.
client, like if you serve residential only. Yeah. That if you have contract work, and this is what I've been digging into lately is I call it my wash club membership. Really trying to push a subscription model where we have a set tier of services that we offer during certain times of the year. We just didn't pull it off fast enough this year. So it's, but the idea is during those slow months, we can stack all of the services. So we can stack all of the roof debris and the gutter cleaning and the dryer vents in those off months. And they almost tend to line up perfectly, like 3 to 4 months apart. So, June is a slow month. We all know that June is a slack month. So you can stack all those services in June. Then you've got August, so that the timing is really good there. And then, so if you get them on a quarterly service, it could work really well. And I know if you guys know Deland Mogimi, it's a tough name, Deland Mogimi. He was on my podcast a couple weeks ago. He's pulled it off, man. He's got like 300 people that are paying him an average of $275 a month.
For real.
Let that sink in.
Yeah. Wow. What about that?
Yeah, he's done it. And so you talk about recurring revenue, no matter what time of year it is. And then he tells them, I mean, I don't want to give too much of his stuff away, but he was on my podcast. So maybe you shouldn't have been on my podcast.
We could go watch it.
Yeah.
We could go watch.
Yeah. It's pretty cool stuff though. He's doing he's doing some revolutionary stuff in the industry.
Now, do you do Christmas lights?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We're on week 4 already of Christmas light installs. Yeah, we just finished 2 of our biggest contracts to date in August, September.
How long have you been doing Christmas lights? How many years?
This is it's either our 3rd or our 4th. That's
okay.
Bad.
Okay.
That's bad, isn't it? I don't know. 3rd or 4th.
Good for you. You have the most interesting.
I want to go back and watch that podcast. You got me interested in that concept because I wrote that down a couple of years ago, and I just haven't been able to figure out how to implement that to make that make sense. Maybe I'm way overthink it. Maybe I've not thought about it enough. I don't really know. But I was like, there's got to be a way.
Dude, I've spent hundreds of hours on that. I've had print, flyers and door hangers and all these things and these concepts and sales tools. And, my lead techs are going to sell it. And this is how you're going to do it. And we'd have meetings and we'd discuss it and I'd beat it to death. And then it would just come back with confusion. Right. So you said over complicated. That's it. That's exactly what I was doing. And there's nothing I could do to fix it. Like my brain just wasn't processing the problem until I interviewed Wheeling and Dealing Mogimi. He's a good dude.
What about that? I love it. I love it. That's one way to get rid of her.
I bet you won't say that.
Invite 2 strangers into the house. That'll get rid of them.
But yeah, you should go watch it. Go watch that one because it's pretty interesting. He basically has a preset like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. In Q1, he offers these services, Q2, these services, so that's where he was different. He just made it simple. Now, what's wild about it is he was offering services that normally nobody would pay for. I mean, I don't even know how you could convince them to pay for it. But he would break it down and basically he doesn't veer from, he doesn't give them an option. It's like Costco, right? I was trying to do these custom tier maintenance programs where it's like, we're going to measure your roof line and your gutter line and your house, and we're going to give you a price and you choose what months you want it done. And it just made it too complicated. He's like, Q1, we come out and do this. Q2, we do this. Q3, and that's it. And here's your price. And it's working. And I was like, what?
That's awesome.
Okay.
It's
We're
amazing
talking about that.
reoccurring revenue.
Mm.
Yeah, he'll like clean their kids' playhouse and clean their trash cans twice a year or every visit. I can't remember. Like he just had everything included in it that you could possibly think about.
It's a
And he
cleaning
doesn't even
machine.
have, listen to this part. This is the biggest part. He doesn't even have a pressure washer on the truck because once he does the first cleaning, he's out there every 3 months. He has, what's the little Ford truck? Maverick. He's got Ford Mavericks with small soft wash rigs in the back. And those are his routine maintenance vehicles.
Okay.
Isn't that wild?
Huh.
It's crazy.
Wow.
I
What a
like it.
concept. Very,
Yeah.
very unique.
You have to go watch the podcast there, Dave, if you want a deep dive on it.
Yeah, man. Go check it out.
Go, man. Come on, man.
Come on.
Wow, that's awesome.
Hey,
That's
what's
awesome.
the name of the podcast for everyone that don't know?
Through the Noise.
Through
the
Where
Noise.
can they find it at?
It's everywhere. Probably the best thing to do is go to my YouTube. I can put it in the chat, I guess.
Yeah,
Or I'll just
you
put it
do.
in the comments at some point.
Sure.
You can find me, Trevor Steele. I'm floating around.
Clean Image pressure washing in South Carolina. You've been in business for how long?
I was 2002 technically when I took it seriously, but I dropped out of high school to pursue this when I was 16 years old.
You know how to make a mom and dad proud, I'm telling you.
Hey, she signed the paperwork, so I don't know what to tell you. I wasn't old enough to quit on my own. She had to sign for it. That's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother avenue. Put your kids away. Remove your kids from the room. This is adults only here.
Yeah.
Scare everybody off. Jeremy, you were about to ask a question.
I was just going to say, tell us a little bit about your backstory because I knew a little bit about that, but you done.
I
hit
didn't
the
mean
question,
to steal
right?
the show here. I was just coming to
No.
hang out.
I'm glad you're here.
Well, I built the company and sold it in 2016. It was a complete and total disaster. I thought my dreams were coming true, and then reality was, how does Mr. Wonderful say it in Shark Tank? He says, chew you up and spit you out like the cockroach you are, or something like that. That's basically what happened. A $40 million annual company chewed me up and spit me out. Ended up in 6 years of lawsuits, bulldozed me, lost my house, lost my truck. Wow. Had three kids. We moved into my dad's 800 square foot studio style apartment. And this was in 2020. It wasn't that long ago.
Wow.
Lost everything, man. Everything. Started from the bottom. I basically had a choice to pivot and figure out what I'm going to do with my life, and I couldn't wash. Court order said I couldn't wash anything ever, for 3 years. Couldn't even go work for a company. It's the only thing I'd ever done. So I got my real estate license finally. Well, actually, let me back up. 2018 is about when I started the real estate license, which was just a God thing. I didn't need it, didn't want it, but luckily me and my wife started getting our license for some reason, and we ended up needing it. So we finally, fast forward to 2020, we finally started to get some momentum and feel like we might have a career here in real estate, selling real estate. And COVID hit. We're still in the apartment, right? Picture it. Still in the apartment with our 3 kids. It's a studio style apartment. Absolutely miserable.
Sure.
So then COVID hits, they lock us down, and we just think that the bottom's going to drop out. Real estate's done. If you sell real estate, your career's over until this is cleared up, right? So that's what everybody thought. And so my immediate thought was, okay, well, my non-compete's about to run up. So I'll go to Home Depot and buy a DeWalt pressure washer, and I'll take every dollar I've made and go buy a piece of junk Chevy Z71, and I'll put it in the back, and I'm just going to start washing houses again. And mind you, now I went from a successful soft washing company to a DeWalt in the back of a pickup. So you talk about humble pie, not caring, like I got kids to feed type stuff. And so I did that. And we got on Nextdoor and started running ads, just not even ads, just posts, making posts. And next thing you know, I'm making $600, $700, $800 before lunch. I'm coming back home with cash only during lockdown. And my wife's looking at me like, oh my gosh, we're going to pay our bills. Literally, she was selling her clothes to buy ramen noodles. Like it was that bad.
Okay.
I don't have a family that I could fall back on and get, any financial support. Luckily, I mean, we had the place to stay, but that was it. Anyway, we fast forward, 2020 was the exact opposite for real estate. It completely exploded. We ended up starting our own brokerage very soon after that. So we started a company called Steel Realty. And obviously I went back to my wife after one season of pressure washing by myself. I said, okay, I'm going all in. I'm back in. Can't stop me. And she literally looked at me and said, I don't think I'm going to be here if you do that. And this is, we were middle school sweethearts. We've been together forever. And, because she didn't want to go through all that again, all that loss and pain. So anyway, we decided we were going to go through with it. We went all in. Fast forward to 2025. Both businesses are doing great and God is good.
Wow.
Crazy story, man.
So you're still doing the real estate?
Yep.
And the washing?
Yep. Yeah. 2020 to 2022 were bonkers. Just bonkers.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
So you wash them, then sell them.
Yep. That's it. People ask me what I do. I say I wash and sell houses.
I find dirty houses, clean them up, and sell them.
You know what's wild? So hopefully my father's not watching this, but it is what it is. He said it. So when I told him I was going, because we started to have a decent career in real estate, I said, I'm going to start the business back up. I'm going to start the pressure washing company. He said, it's going to kill your career. Don't do it. And I looked at him and said, you're wrong. It's going to help my career. And we ended up getting, I don't know, at least half a dozen to a dozen listings because I'm now the first phone call. Right. So if you're out there and you're pressure washing and you're looking for that side gig, go get your real estate license, man. Do it because they call you first. They need to get their house cleaned before they put it on the market. So I'd show up and I'd say, so why are you getting your house washed? Oh, well, we're thinking about selling the house. We just want to. And I was like, well, perfect. Here's my card. And I can't tell you how many times it worked. I had one deal, and This isn't bragging. This is just the truth. I had one deal where we botched this deal, just botched it. Like I had two guys not show up for like 2 different times, and it happened to be scheduled for this guy's roof cleaning. And finally he calls and he's angry and he's complaining to my wife, who's our coordinator. And I'm like, fine, just put me on the schedule. I'll go do it. And I go do this roof and I'm talking to the guy and he's telling me about this house that's right around the corner that he would love to buy. And he knows that the lady just passed away, but there's no information and it's not on the market yet. And I called Ashby while I'm washing the house, called my wife and said, all right, look that house up, see if there's something we can find out. Anyway, long story short, we found out that it's about to go on the market. We got both sides of that deal. I don't know if you know about real estate, but that's big money. And then we got both sides of his house that we sold. And collaboratively, it was right at about $100,000 in commissions because we washed his roof. So
did you get
real estate license?
Did you get paid for washing the roof?
No, I told him it was free.
You're so humble.
Yeah.
So generous.
Yeah. But he ended up being a friend, which is wild.
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
Hey, man, this is a crazy world we live on. And listen, we're Americans, bro. People all over the world right now, all over the world are saying, if I could just get there, I could make something happen. And if they do get here, they do make something happen. And then you got guys all over America who are just like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true.
There's so many opportunities.
But you know what the difference is? Those people haven't had their back pinned against the wall yet. You find out who you are and what you're made of when that happens. And that's what happened to me. This isn't because I'm some kind of special. That's not it, man. I was pinned against the wall. And if I didn't start kicking and screaming, that was it for me.
Yeah. We need that sometimes, don't we?
I certainly did.
Yeah.
God knew I needed that one too.
Yeah.
He's done that a few
Desperation
times
bring
in
out
my
the
life.
best in you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's a guy right here, Devin Minguez. Let me take just a second and just talk about Devin. Now, Devin is one of our members with Exclusively Fresh, which is my mentor coaching page or channel. And he's not far from me. I guess we would be competitors if we weren't friends. And here's a guy, he won't mind me saying this. In his 20s, he's a nurse. He works at a high school as a nurse. His wife's a guidance counselor, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Devin. Got saved 2 years ago, came to know Christ, and began serving the Lord. Had a goal of getting out of debt. This year, as of maybe last month, 2 months ago, he's officially completely debt-free. Dude is jacked. He's got his head on straight. He loves the Lord. And, I'm just telling you, God can do amazing, amazing things. And then he says, we already won the lottery by being Americans. You're not wrong, man. You are not wrong. I wake up every morning to say, people all over the world want to be here. So I got to get my acting gear.
Listen, man, I just got back from Mexico. The ride from the airport to the resort is heartbreaking.
Bless him, Lord.
I mean heartbreaking. There's no other word for it. I've been to third world countries. I've been to Guatemala. I've been to on mission trips and things like that. But this was different. These people are living in flooded squalor. And it's hard because here we are, riding in our Tahoe taxi cab to go to this ridiculous resort where there's so much waste in food and alcohol. I mean, it's just wild. It's all you can eat all day long. They're constantly trying to feed you and get you drunk. And it's just wasteful and right down the street.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
I'm not jacked, but I do have workout equipment. Does that count?
It kind of doesn't really, but
It's like, I have a Bible on my desk too. Does that count?
yeah.
No, doesn't count.
I don't get you anywhere, man. Won't get you anywhere. He's got Bible verses on his weights and still nothing.
What if I get a tattoo? Does that count?
See,
It is
now
under
you're
my
talking
name.
about something.
It's under my name.
There you go. I have often thought about getting a full body tattoo myself, only taller. I think that's what I'll do.
Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, I was thinking about getting my shadows tattooed.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
See, guys, and you wondered why you tuned in tonight.
Shoot.
Jeremy's going on vacation. It's not a cruise, but man, he's going down south and going to enjoy some Florida sun and hopefully get him a good tan. He looks a little pale there with the light on him in that background. And,
Oh, hang on there. Let's see if I can
there you go. That's it. All of a sudden,
I think I just
like
saw
that,
a
baby.
ghost. I think I just saw a ghost skipping across your background.
that brick wall.
What you can't see is the bed back here. I mean, one's in the bed, one's coming to get in the bed.
So y'all know Dan Plata, obviously. Everybody knows Dan
sure.
Plata. So
Sure.
he's got that bar background scene. Well, I've been to his house before, and I went upstairs to use a shower or something because we were there for hunting. And the door to the one of the rooms is open. I look in, and I see his computer and a desk, and it's like this tiny little, like almost closet. And I yell downstairs. I say, "Dan, this can't be right." And he's like, I was like, "Get out of here!" I mean, it's like he's in a closet. Anyway, I thought that was funny.
I heard a saying recently, and I believe it to be true. It said, "No one is doing as well off as you think."
That's a fact.
Podcasts are probably accurate. We get the nice background or whatever, and yeah, it's not. It's even that's phony.
Yeah.
except
Yeah.
for Trevor. Trevor said, I'm throwing out all the links there, and I'm going to make it happen. He's in the shed, I think, or something.
I'm in my garage.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, I'm kind of fancy. I do go all in. My office is silly, really.
That's
but,
all right, man. That's
but I love
okay.
it, man. It's
That's
one of
all
those
right.
things.
That's fantastic. Well, we're coming closer to the top of the hour. If you've got prayer requests, be sure and send them in. We want to get those in before we pray at the top of the hour. Yeah, a lot going on in a lot of people's lives. One of the things we're praying about is just, guys, maybe I've said this recently, Trevor. I think you'll agree with me on this. And my guys, I've got about 50 guys that are in my group, and I preach hot and heavy about being disciplined. And this morning I was sharing with them that if you could, and get this, guys, if you're listening, I want you to really get this. If you could craft your ideal employee, like if you could write down with boxes to the left every positive characteristic that you could possibly think of in your ideal employee, the person maybe that you want to just take over the whole thing and run the show, what would that look like? And then after you get done, you're probably going to go for a walk and think of 10 more things. But we're talking a litany, a long list of things that you would call the ideal employee, the guy who just has everything to offer and checks every box. And then down at the bottom, have an empty box that says discipline. And if you were to hire that guy, it would be the worst employee that you could ever have. Because if he has every single thing to offer, everything you could ever want, but he's undisciplined, you've just got a waste of time on your hands. You got someone who's got lots of potential. On the other hand, if you got a guy who can't check off all of those other boxes, but he is disciplined, then you've got somebody you can really work with. I'm convinced of that, and that's something I'm really working on lately in my own life. A lot is discipline, and then also my guys know that I'm big on fear and just removing fear, because everything you want is on the other side of fear. And when I see, and by the way, Trevor,
can you see that? We lost him.
It's from YouTube and whatnot, and I see a guy who's utterly disciplined, and that I think says a lot about you, right? No fear. That's right.
No, fear is a liar.
Fear is a liar. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I spoke to that one last week, and I said, fear is a gatekeeper. It stands at the gate, and it tells you can't go through. But just over their shoulder is a ton of other people that made it, and you can just throw evidence and say, hold on a second. If they can do it, I can do it. And fear says, no, you can't go through. Well, they went through, and everything I want is on the other side of fear. You gotta move forward. And by the way, indecision, I could preach on this stuff. Indecision, that's the thief of opportunity. So stop being indecisive, lose the fear, go for it, and be disciplined, and the sky's the limit.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel honored to be here, first of all. But I've actually never watched your podcast. I did not realize that you guys were believers and that this was such an integral part of the podcast. I'm even more pumped right now. You just earned a fan for life, man.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Cool.
You
Cool.
may not know this either, but we're both pastors.
Yeah.
I think, Josh is my friend, Joshua Brown. He's mentioned that to me about Mike before.
Yeah. Mike is an active pastor right now. I am not active pastoring anywhere.
Yeah, I'm out in a pasture. I don't pastor.
Well, we got to have the sheep out in the pasture, man.
Come on, baby. You understood it. I love it. I wasn't sure that was going to hit, but it did.
Oh yeah, man. I've been preaching for 33 years. You're probably not going to have too many quotes that I haven't heard. I'm sure of it. Oh man, we've had a great time tonight, guys. You talk about a blast. We call it a party cast instead of a podcast, because we just kind of just go at it, and leave everything at the door and just unhinge for an hour. And we're glad that you're here. We're really glad that you're here.
Hey, tell me about this
Absolutely.
event. You got something coming up, don't you?
Yeah, we've got an event coming up January 22nd through the 25th. It's we call it the Smoky Mountain Wash Retreat. So it's pretty much just going from all these different huge conventions to sales booths to just different events. I had this idea that I learned a lot more outside the classroom from networking and talking to people out in the lobby, at the round tables, at dinner. And so I wanted to kind of mimic that similar environment. So I told Mike, and we chatted this up and kind of made it a reality last year, not really knowing anything to do or how to host it or how to go about it. And we had, I thought, really good success. Had a lot of guys show up. We had about 40 people in total show up last year to Gatlinburg. Bunch of strangers who just watch us down here, and we all came together. And one of our things was, me and Mike said, is we're not going to make this a Christian event. It's going to be a business event, but just happens to be ran by two Christians. And let me tell you, man, it was life-changing experience, and even life-changing for a lot of people. We had a guy pretty much give his life to the Lord, and decided that he wanted to go that route and live that life. And it was a great thing. And I mean, it just kind of happened naturally. And so it's the same thing we're saying this year. This isn't a Christian event. We just happen to be Christians that's going to be running it. And whatever comes about naturally happens. We're just going to go with that. But anyways, it's just networking, roundtables, discussions, topics, food, lots of good time. And, everyone's coming from a different stage in life and business. You'll have guys who have multiple trucks, who may be multiple six figures, maybe seven figures, and you're going to have the new guy that's just starting, that's, got the three gallon a minute in the back of the Z71, and he's trying to figure it out. And it's just when we come together and, I can share something with someone less than me, and then someone who has more than me or more knowledge can share something with me. It's just it just all naturally flows real well.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Sweet.
Yeah, we'd love if you're able to make it. You carve some time out. That'd be wonderful. And let me just, as a reminder, once again, guys, you can see that floating across the bottom of the screen, washretreat.com. We are going to cut off the attendance around the 100 mark. That's kind of been the conversation lately. We're pushing 60, I think, something like that right now.
Yeah. We're more than halfway there.
Yeah. So, and we've got many months to go. Last year, man, we kind of, I don't know that we threw it together, but we didn't have this kind of, kind of planning. But like I said earlier, indecisiveness is the thief of opportunity. Jeremy and I literally started this podcast. We'd talked about it several times. And one night we said, hey, let's do it tonight. And we just did it on a Wednesday night. And we've done it every Wednesday night since. It's been going on 2 years, So the same with the Wash Retreat. We just kind of said, let's just do this. 40 different groups or individuals came out, some with their spouses, and it's a phenomenal time. It's just let your hair down and go for it.
Yeah. Enjoy Gatlinburg in January.
Where do you put the 60 plus people in hotel?
Yeah. So it's this year it's going to be at the Embassy Suite in Gatlinburg. And we've got a huge conference room this year. Last year our conference room was not that big, so everyone got to know each other real well. And I mean, it's it can get warm in there, if you know what I'm saying. But this year we've got a lot of room, and we're going to have plenty space for a lot of tables, room, movement, food. Me and Mike's kind of brainstormed a few game ideals in a sense, revolving around washing. And we're going to be at the Embassy Suites. And Actually, if they go to, if anyone wants to go to washretreat.com, you can pick up your ticket there, and you can also book your hotel room. So, and the rooms are sweet.
It's a brand new hotel, by the way. So
Yeah.
super, super nice. Right there in the heart of Gatlinburg, within walking distance to most everything. And
that's my wife's birthday.
Oh, wow.
Take her out on a trip.
Yeah. Hey, babe, get in the truck. We're going to Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like going to Derby Myrtle Beach. No, it's not.
She might say, yeah. And she might say, no.
She said, we're going south, blue water. That's what she would say.
I like it. I like it. I like it. That's fair. That's fair. All right, guys. We're going to pray tonight. So don't forget, next week we will not have our podcast, as Jeremy will be away fasting and praying somewhere in Florida. And I'll be stuck here in Ohio. That's just the way it is. But so we'll see you, Lord willing, in 2 weeks. We're praying for Chris Henson. Hasn't had a wash in 1 month. I saw in one of his comments, he said, and we're praying for his friend Jeremy and his mom. And then Scott Terry was the one I mentioned earlier, one of our very faithful watchers who broke his back, most every rib, knocked many teeth out of his face, has to learn to walk again. His name is Scott Terry. And he said today, he already has his Wash Retreat ticket. He said, Mike, I'll be there in January. He said, do you mind if I testify? I said, good God, son, don't ask stupid questions. Of course you can testify of God's goodness. And then Jeremy Kale, we're praying for you. First time watcher, I think, if I'm not correct, forgive me. And he asked if we'd pray for work for he and his family as well. So,
right.
All right. Prayers for my sister. This is Stephen Schwartz. Stephen, love you, old buddy. Good talking to you this past week and texting. And then go back to that. Was that for his sister?
His sister Amanda.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. All right. All right. And then Cromwell.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Mom and dad. All right.
Hey, Trevor, I've seen action. Where'd you say you were at in South Carolina again?
I'm in Pawleys Island, South Carolina. It's a small town on the coast, south of Myrtle Beach, north of Charleston.
Okay.
Awesome. 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 All right, guys, let's do it. Father, we come to you tonight in the name of Jesus, the name that is above every name, the name by which we must call upon to be saved. And we are saved. We're very happy in you, and you bless us so greatly, and we're extremely grateful. I pray tonight for our friend Chris Henson, who asked us this evening to pray for he and his family. And then also he asked that we continue to pray for his friend Jeremy and Jeremy's mother. We lift them up. Our friend Scott Terry called earlier today to let us know that he had been in a bad accident and is in therapy and will be for a few more months, but hopes to give testimony at the retreat. Father, we pray that you would continue to bless him as he is recuperating and recovering many broken bones, his speech with an impediment because of his teeth being removed from the accident. And so he'll have to have facial reconstruction, but God, you're doing amazing things. We praise you in advance for what you're going to do in Scott's life. For Jeremy, and then also for Cromwell, both of them asking that we pray in the realm of finances for work, and then for Cromwell as he was asking for prayer for his mom and his dad financially as well. You are the great provider, and so we believe that. We believe that you can provide and do provide as we put our faith in you. And then Stephen Schwartz, we ask, Lord, that you would bless his sister Amanda, who is ill and struggling. We lift her up tonight, Lord, that you would do great things. You are the great healer, the great physician, and we are trusting you to do great things in their lives. You've given us a platform. It's called Earth, and we want to use it every day for your glory. May we be more kingdom-minded than kingdom-minded. And as we're more kingdom-minded, rather, may we be more kingdom-minded than kingdom-minded, so that you would be glorified. And we ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Trevor.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Dude, this is awesome, man.
No.
Y'all keep spreading the love. Keep that kingdom talk going.
Yeah. We'll have to have you on as a scheduled guest sometime. Yeah.
I was just waiting.
Is
I was just waiting on knocking on heaven's door to start blasting or something.
is that the devil on your shoulder or the angel on your shoulder? You can tell us.
Yeah, it's getting wild in here.
All
It's
right,
not
guys.
shy.
All right.
Enjoy. Thank you, Trevor. See you,
See
Jim.
y'all.
Bye-bye.